with a piece of legislation that would actually make some difference.
I call the honourable member Simon Bridges.
Mr. Speaker, it is great to follow King's old boy Ian Lees-Galloway, now we know social campaigner, and it is great to see someone sticking up so staunchly for intravenous drug users, a group that haven't been stuck up for before. That's one interpretation. The other interpretation is that party's so low in the polls, they're looking for any group, any interest group to support them, Mr. Speaker. That's probably the interpretation that I would go with. But this is, in fact, no one's saying, Mr. Lees-Galloway, no one is saying that this is the biggest issue that's ever come before this House. No one's saying that. The member himself, Scott Simpson, who should be commended for finding this issue, it's a discrete issue, it's a narrow issue, but in its way, it's an issue that should be remedied. And there is a problem here. We understand the evidential breath testing that happens, and then there's a 10-minute right period, and then we go to the blood test. I have no experience of that test. Some members in this House may do, but I have no. But there is a real problem here. There is a real problem. We understand that some 10 years ago, the law reinstated the right for blood tests for all drivers, and to compensate for that and for the removal of the right of drivers to challenge the accuracy of the evidential breath test, we've got the problem here that's arisen and that the member Scott Simpson has brought to this House because case law has made clear that it needs to. This bill aims to close a loophole where a small select group of drunk drivers are able to avoid prosecution. And the truth is, Mr. Lees-Galloway, it is a small number of people. It will basically just be intravenous drug users where they cannot have blood taken from them because the vein cannot be drawn from. There may be other reasons for it as well, but that will be, and the case law tends to indicate, that is absolutely the issue that is coming before the courts. So if a person complies with the blood-taking process and they cannot be prosecuted...
I'm sorry to interrupt the honourable member. Honourable members, time has come for me to leave the chair. The People's House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday the 8th of November. Ka kite anō po Māori. Good evening.